Welcome to our channel. Today we will discuss the concept of class and object in C++. Okay, the class and objects are the basic building blocks of object-oriented programming. So you know the concept of object-oriented programming, that is everything is defined inside a class and the information, that is the members of a class, can be accessed by using an object. Now we will discuss that concept. Okay, simply class is a user defined data type. Class is a user defined data type, or class is a blueprint. A user defined data type as a blueprint that contains, that is the class contains data members and member functions. That is simply a class is a collection of data members and member functions, and this class is a user defined data type. Here the data members specify the properties of the class. Data members specify the properties of the class, and the member function specify the behavior of the class. The member function specify the behavior of the class. Simply, in simple terms, data members are the variables, member functions are the functions that we operate on the data. Member functions are the functions that we operate on the data. This is the class definition. Okay, this is the class definition. Now we will move to how to define a class. That is, we will discuss the syntax of a class. The syntax begin with the keyword class. Class is the keyword that indicates that this is a class, followed by name of the class. Class followed by the name of the class. Okay, generally the name of the class starts with a capital letter. The name of the class starts with a capital letter. This is one of the naming convention. And opening bracket. In this opening bracket, within the class, we can specify access specifiers also. Okay, later we will discuss access specifiers. Within the class, actually what we have? Within the class we have data members and member functions. We have data members and member functions. For all these data members and member functions, we have access specifier also. How we differentiate access specifier? Access specifier colon and close the class and ended with semicolon. This is the way we are defining a class. Okay, next we will discuss an object, and finally we will combine the both class and object with an example. Okay, and what is an object? An object is an instance of a class. Object is an instance of a class. What do you mean by instance of a class? Then what is the need for creating an object? Remember, whenever we are creating a class, no memory is allocated for the class. The memory is allocated only whenever we are creating an object. Then only the memory is allocated. For example, fruit is the class. Is there any memory is allocated for the class fruit? Or is fruit is really exist in the real world? Is fruit is existed in the real world? No. Suppose student is a class. The student is also not exist in the real world. Just based on the properties, based on the behavior, we can say that he is the student and this is the fruit. Suppose in the real world we have apple. Apple is the fruit. Apple is the fruit. So here apple is called an object, fruit is called a class. So object is a real world thing, that is existed in the real world. Class is a logical thing, that is it does not exist. Simply class specifies some properties and behavior, and there is no memory for the class. Whenever we are creating, that is where we are storing fruit. Actually the fruit does not exist, so there doesn't need any memory location. For example, apple. Apple is existed, so we need some memory. Similarly, student, for example, 501, roll number 501, or some ABC. Here the student ABC is existed, but the student class is not existed. Okay, you got the difference? Object is an instance of a class. Whenever we are creating an object, then only the memory for the object is created. Memory for the object is created. Memory for the class is created. Now, how to define an object? The syntax is class name followed by object name semicolon. Okay, here we can write any number of objects for a single class. For example, consider a class contains 30 students, that is 30 number of objects. Suppose student 1, suppose I am given an application form, that is the class. Suppose if student 1 fill the application, that is the application form belongs to student 1. Student 2 fill the application, that belongs to student 2. Student 3 fill the application, that belongs to student 3. That is, each and every student has a separate memory is allocated. That is, each and every object has a separate memory is allocated. Okay, this is the syntax: class name followed by object name. Okay, now we will discuss one example of class and object. A simple program: class item. So observe, class is the keyword, item is the name of the class. In this we can specify data members and member functions. Suppose here I am writing private. Okay, this is an access specifier. Okay, before writing this example, first I will explain access specifier. The data members and member functions have access specifier. Simply access specifier defines the access rules. That is, set the boundaries for an object, for a member. We have 3 access specifiers: private, public, protected. Okay, it is very easy when we go through example. So what is a private? Before a variable name or before a function name, if you using private, that is, that member is used inside the class only. You got it? Before a member, if you are using access specifier as a private, that is accessed inside a class. Suppose we are declaring a variable as private inside a block. The variable is used inside the block only. Once we comes out of this block, if you try to access the private variable, it gives an error. Okay, private means within the class. Public, so the name itself specify before a variable, that is before a member. If you are using public access specifier, that member can be used throughout the program. That is, not only inside the block, throughout the program, at anywhere we can use. And finally, protected. This protected is used in inheritance. What do you mean by inheritance? That is one of the object oriented principle. Inheritance is a parent class and a child class. Okay, if you define a member as a protected in the parent class, that member can be accessed in any subclasses. That member can be accessed in any subclasses only, that is in all the child classes. Okay, we will discuss each and everything with an example, and the protected comes under inheritance concept. Now we will discuss the private and public. And one more rule is, if you are not specifying any access specifier in C++, the default access specifier is private. Okay, that means you are not writing any access specifier, the default one is private. See the example, private int, we can write in the same line or in the next line. Suppose int quantity comma id. Here I am declaring two variables, id and quantity. Here I am writing private. That means these two are private access specifiers. Next to public. Suppose float price. Float price. That means this access specifier, this variable price is a public, that is which can be accessed throughout the program. Okay, you got it? Or suppose if you are not writing, then what is the meaning of this one? This price is also a private. This price is also a private. Or here also if you are not writing, then quantity, id, price, all three are private. Why? The default access specifier, that means if you are not writing any access one, the default one is private. So private, public. Now I will write two functions. These two are data members. These two are data members. Next I am writing member functions. Suppose public void read of, public void read of simply cin. I am reading the values quantity, id, price. That is in the read function I am reading three values through terminal. Next two. So after reading I am displaying the values void display of. A simple example, read the values from the user and display the values. Cout quantity, id, price, and close the class. Observe carefully. Here I am defining a class item with three data members, and two member functions. Here observe, you assume that before display I am not writing any access specifier. You assume that this is private, but not. Why? Here I am writing public. So by default all the access specifiers, that is all the members, also public. Suppose here if you want to make read function as a private, then the read is private, display is also private. Suppose to make display as a public, before this one you have to write like this, public. You got it? Suppose if you are writing one time, all the functions are belongs to that particular access specifier until you return one more access specifier. So here I am writing public, that is until you return another access specifier, all are comes under the public. So read is the public, display is the public. So this is an example of class. Next, what is our aim? To create an object. Where we are creating an object? Where the C++ program execution starts. The execution of C++ program starts from main. So always it starts from main. Int main of, within the main I am creating an object. Why? Actually up to now there is no memory is created. No memory is created for the class item. So I am creating an object. How? class name item, suppose I1, item space I1. How do we access the members of a class? Everyone knows. Suppose in C language, you know how do we access the members of a structure? The members of a structure are accessed by using structure variable, that is structure variable dot member. In a similar fashion, the members of a class are accessed by using object. See how I1 dot read off. What happens whenever we are writing the statement item I1, an object I1 is created and the memory is allocated for I1, so if you call I1 dot read off, what happens? This function read function is called and read three values. For example, quantity 10, ID 1, price 100.0. Suppose I am reading these values. Under I1 memory, these values are stored. Next, I1 dot display. Whenever you call the display function, so the display function is called, the corresponding values are printed on the screen. Suppose if you want to create multiple number of objects, what to do? Simply I1 comma I2 and I3, I4 and so on. So I1 one memory is created. For I2 also a separate memory is created. Similarly, you have to write like this: I2 dot read off, I2 dot display off. That is, for each and every object we have to call the members. Suppose I2 dot read off, quantity 22. Each and every object separate values are assigned. This is the way to create a class and to create the members and create an object. How to access the members of a class? Okay, this is the complete example. Now in this example, suppose here quantity and ID are the data members, comes under private access specifier. Here if you try to use, for example, I am erasing this one. For example, I1 dot quantity. If you write like this, that is, if you try to access the quantity variable outside the class, what happens? It gives an error. You got it? Quantity is a private variable. It is not possible to access outside the class. For example, I1 dot price. Is it possible? Yes. Here price is a public data member. It is possible to access outside the class. That is, by using an object, we can access not only member functions, we can access data members also, but compulsory all those are public data members. And one of the very important point is it possible to access the private members outside a class? So according to this example, I am accessing the private data variable quantity outside the class. It gives an error. So the same question I am repeating: is it possible to access the private data members outside the class? So even though it displays errors, but indirectly it is possible. It is possible to access the private data members. How? Observe carefully. These private data members are used in this member function, and in the main I am accessing this member function. That is, in the indirect case, we are accessing the private data also. So what is the answer? By using public data members, by using public member functions, we can access the private data members. By using public member functions, we can access the private data members. Okay, this is the class and object.